Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, if you're an entrepreneur who wants to take his or her game to the next level, you're going to want to watch this next episode. You're going to meet a outstanding EOS implementer next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I'm a proud member of EO Dallas. That's Entrepreneurs Organization. It's a global organization of entrepreneurs. And when I first joined a decade ago, I kept hearing EOS. You got to meet an EOS implementer. And I have one on the show today. Clarence Robinson is on my show. He's a speaker, trainer, and EOS implementer. So Clarence, first, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So some people have heard of EOS and some people haven't. So what is EOS?
EOS actually stands for the Entrepreneur Operating System. And what we do is we work with businesses in 3 areas: vision, traction, and healthy.
Okay, grab the book and hold it up because I want you to talk about this. This book kind of changed your life.
Yeah, as an entrepreneur and working in different arenas, one common thread throughout organizations was the lack of 3 elements. I didn't know what those 3 elements were specifically until I got my hands on this book, Traction. The book pretty much changed my whole dynamic and thought process when it came to entrepreneurship and how to effectively run a business, whereas everyone was a cohesive working group of healthy, happy people.
Yes, and we all know people who, let's suppose you were a donut shop in Dallas and you're not hanging around other entrepreneurs, so you're just doing it the way you've always done it. But EOS brings a whole new mindset in, and there are all kinds of efficiencies that you could find for this donut shop owner, where suddenly they have 50 donut shops across Dallas-Fort Worth. Right?
Sure.
I want to pause for a second. There's a great video that explains EOS. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
EOS was created out of an absolute obsession and passion for helping people get what they want out of their businesses.
At the time that we started using the EOS process, I thought we were just slightly dysfunctional. I came to realize that we were highly dysfunctional.
And we built the business on sheer willpower and hard work. But the business became so large that it started to run me rather than I ran the business.
It is a simple system to run. You just have to follow it, step by step, and things kind of fall in place automatically.
It allows us to communicate better, more clearly, so that everyone in our organization understands what we're doing. And it just makes it easier for everybody and more fun.
In its simplest form, what it does is it helps a leadership team of an entrepreneurial company do 3 things. And we call it vision, traction, and healthy. Vision from a standpoint of helping that leadership team all get 100% on the same page with the vision for their organization. Traction from a standpoint of helping them become more disciplined and accountable and execute and make that vision a reality. And then healthy from a standpoint of helping them become a more healthy, functional, cohesive leadership team. From there, as goes the leadership team, so goes the rest of the company. We get to a point where everyone in the organization is crystal clear on the vision, gaining much better traction and much more healthy.
The EOS process really made us step back and say, where is it that we're going? What kind of company do we want to be? What kind of people do we want to have? And how do we analyze, how do we review, how do we measure all of the aspects of the business?
The first year of implementing the tool, we grew over 87%. We grew another 40% after that.
As we implemented EOS, not only did it help our business operations, more importantly to me and I think to my brother, improved our quality of life, so we were able to run the business, able to conduct ourselves as good family people, and improve our margins as well.
We have this amazing team of EOS implementers. They teach some very powerful, simple, practical, real-world tools that they help you implement into your organization. They're an accountability coach to help you get there faster, and they facilitate the room to get to the right answer. The answer is almost always in the room, and an EOS implementer is masterful at helping facilitate the right answer out of the room.
Sometimes it's surprising how much he really understands the challenges that we're up against, given the fact that he's not spending his days here, but can view it as an outsider and really help to keep us focused.
I think it produces outcomes because it's simple. It's not big, long, detailed pages they're looking at. We're not asking them to create 500-page business plans. It's giving them tools that they're simple and tangible. They can take away. They can start applying these tools and using them right away.
The EOS system provides you with the tools for capitalizing on your vision, for executing the leadership, the accountability, for bringing the right people in the right seats, and creating the perfect rhythm within your organization for delivering on your vision.
Magic happens when you get the right people in the right seats. Things gel and stuff gets done automatically.
Whenever I talk to people, I'm constantly touting how EOS has just changed the way we do things.
I would recommend EOS for any entrepreneur that feels that they're hitting the ceiling and they keep asking themselves, how do I get to the next level?
The EOS process has been, to really put it strongly, it's been life-changing to be able to gain control of what we're doing on a daily basis, to be on the same page on a consistent basis. It's just invaluable. It's really been a life-transforming process for me.
Wow, I love that. And I think another secret to success is who you hang out with.
For sure.
Les Brown is a motivational speaker, one of my favorites, and I think he has a saying, if you hang out around 9 broke people, pretty soon you're number 10. So
true, so true.
So you hang out with a pretty cool crowd. He does a lot of networking. We got some pictures that we're going to put up on the screen, and I want you to kind of narrate these pictures as we put them up, okay? Obviously, we know who that is. Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet Jerry?
Yeah, I was actually at a networking event and left there and went to the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
And I happened to see him at the bar, and I jokingly said, hey, let me buy you a drink. And he said, how about I buy you a drink? And we kind of laughed about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, let's go to the next one. I knew him as Mayor Ron Kirk. He's gone on to do other things, but how did you meet Mayor Kirk?
Well, I enjoy networking, and this was at a luncheon. I say dinner, luncheon. It was a dinner that we were attending, and I saw him there, and I said, hey, let's take a picture. And he said, hey, let's do it. So he didn't charge me for it, so we're good.
Very cool guy. And there's one more picture we want to put up on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Dana, that's she owns the XFL. You may know her as Rock Dwayne Johnson's former wife. So we've got an office there at Choctaw Stadium, Spark in Arlington, the old Ranger Stadium. And she was there with the team. And we were all out on the field. And she took a picture with a couple of us. And great people. And XFL, we actually won the championship. So
that's very cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I love it that you're always networking. You got to circulate to percolate. I know there's a lot of young people coming out of college, and they're a texting generation, not a talking generation. So they're not meeting enough people to expand their network. Let's talk for a minute about the importance of networking.
Yeah, you gotta network to build your net worth. As cliche as it sounds, quite often if you're looking for individuals that are decision makers, you got to get out there and meet them. Otherwise, you're alone. You're in your little four-cornered room, wondering why you're not growing, why you're not expanding, why you're not building your net worth. You can learn a lot of things from individuals when you're in the right circles. Now, when you network, you have to be around those people that are your ideal client.
Yes.
Be more of a Discount Tire. Discount Tire isn't trying to please the entire world. They're specifically working with tires. They're not doing your brakes or transmissions. So when you network, just make sure you make the most of it. And one thing I will say, never shotgun your cards. That's going into a room and just shotgunning your cards out to everyone.
Yes.
You never want to do that. And get to know the person you're speaking with as opposed to making it about you. The more you give, the more you'll receive. And people recognize that. And for those that do otherwise, they won't find a level of success as quickly as they would like to have had it.
Yeah. So I know there's people watching this right now who say, I might need to bring Clarence into my company.
Sure.
What's your ideal client look like?
Ideal client would be an entrepreneurial company, anywhere from 10 to 250 employees. These entrepreneur companies are open-minded, willing to change. They're more scared of the status quo than they are of change. They're willing to be open and honest with themselves as well as the rest of the leadership organization around them. And they have to be ready to make a change. This is going to be an opportunity to redo everything you're doing currently. We're not looking for people, or I'm not looking for an individual that's looking to dabble. We're looking for people that are ready to make a change, and I want to help them do that.
All right, Clarence, you've been an amazing guest. Final thoughts.
Hey, if anything resonated with you and you guys are not on the same page with your team and organization, what I offer is a complimentary 90-minute meeting. Basically, we meet, I go over the entire process and program with you. At the end, we find out if it's a fit or not. And if it is, we proceed forward, and if not, we part as friends.
I love that. Okay, we're going to end with the webpage off of the EOS Global website. It's Clarence Robinson. You can contact him there off the Global. And Clarence, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.